Okay, nice long inhale, followed by a nice long exhale. Okay, once again, let's breathe in and feel your chest expand and your shoulders rise. And then as you breathe out, pay attention to where the air hits your lips. All right, nice long inhale, last one here. Really fill your lungs and then let it all out, controlled, sink in to your mat or your cushion. And then let's relax our body from the top to the bottom, with starting from ironing out any wrinkles in your forehead, relaxing your cheeks and your jaw, down to your neck. See where your neck connects to your shoulders and your chest. And then on your next exhale, breathe into your arms and notice how they're relaxing, either your hands clasped in your lap or if they're resting on your knees. And then we'll work our way down our torso from the top of our chest to our bellies as it expands and contracts with the breath. Okay. And then pay attention to your touch points of where your bottom interacts with your mat, down your legs. And if you're sitting cross-legged, where your shins touch your feet. And in turn, where your feet touches the ground or your mat. Continue to breathe. And for this next section, I want you to just pay attention to your breath, or where it feels strongest for you, whether it's your chest expanding or the air as it hits your nostrils. Okay, as we come back, see where you were. Hopefully just focusing on your breath or bodily sensation, whatever your anchor point was. And we're gonna go for a little bit longer, and then I'll let you know when we're gonna take our last breath. And then when you hear the singing bowl, you can open up your eyes, but I'll call it out. So just continue to breathe. All right. So no matter where you are, let's take our last inhale. Hold at the top for just a moment. And when you hear the singing bowl release, you can open up your eyes. All right. So let's start with our spine stretch. So take your right palm and place it on your right knee. Let's turn our torsos counterclockwise. You can even press into the floor with the left hand. Give yourself an extra little push. Okay, look further behind you with each out breath, turning the chin into the shoulder. Yeah, I can notice that it's slowly getting brighter with each week. And let's unwind. Let's come to the other side, turning clockwise. And same thing, press into the ground, press into your right knee, gently twisting the spine in the other direction. Continue to breathe, don't hold the breath. All right, and then let's go back to neutral. We'll get a sitting side stretch. So let's reach up with the arms and the fingertips, and let's start on the left side. So left palm is planted on your mat. Right arm is reaching overhead, reaching for the upper left-hand corner of the room. And just let the stretch come down your side all the way to your hip. Let's bring that left arm back up at the top as we drop our right palm down. And then using your right arm here, just play with that distance if you can. See if you come down to the elbow and the forearm, if that's an option for you. Because I always find what works in terms of intensity. And then let's bring that right arm back up. Bring the hands to heart center. Whew. And we'll get the inner thighs. So soles of the feet are in front of us or touching in front of us. Bring the heels in. And as you lean forward, your knees come down towards the mat. Just relax those inner thighs as you gently pull yourself forward. And then let's round out our backs. Okay. Reaching forward a little more here. All right, let's take one last deep breath in. And as you breathe out, lean forward, reach, 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 reach. And then you bring your knees back up. Ooh. And then we'll stand. Okay, since we got our inner thighs, let's go for even more intense inner thigh. We're going to do Malasana early in the sequence. So medium stance, toes are facing at about 45 degrees. And then keeping the head and chest up, let's lower ourselves down. You can go for the support version if that works for you. Ooh. Try to push my knees out a little bit with my elbows. Continue to breathe. Getting a little bit lower with each out breath. Maybe inner thighs are feeling a little bit happier. And no matter where you were, let's put the hands on the legs and support yourself as you exit, coming up. All right, so let's go a little bit wider in your stance. Toes are facing forward. I'm going to reach my arms up, reach, 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 reach. Now let's swan dive forward. Legs are straight. Okay, and let's just fold the forearms and rest your forehead on your forearms. If you want to just stay there and let the hamstrings begin to stretch, that's good. Begin to rock side to side, get a little more out of it. Now let's clasp our hands behind us and reach the fingertips or reach the hands up towards the ceiling or towards the front of the room. Let the shoulders engage as we continue to breathe. And then let's release the hands back down to the ground. And let's plant that right palm on the floor as we rotate the left arm up. Let's open up the chest and the left shoulder. And with the hand that's on the ground, you can even push and twist a little bit more. I'm really feeling my right hamstring today. It's a good thing. Okay, give me one more reach up with the left fingertips. And let's drop the left arm down. Let's switch palms. So that left palm is now on the floor. That right hand, right fingertips are reaching up. Really feel the right shoulder and the chest open up on the other side. All right. And let's drop the right hand, right arm down. Let's slowly unravel ourselves with a 10 count. I'll call it out. Let the arms dangle for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, you can bring your legs together. We're going to do a neck stretch. So I'm going to grab my left wrist behind my back, and make a chicken wing on the right as I drop my head down. One of these days I'll figure out why my GoPro won't connect. You can see my head. My head is dropping down to the right. And let's tilt our heads forward and look down at the ground or down at your mat. And really pay attention to how that stretch changes. Okay, let's lean our heads back as we turn our chin up towards the ceiling. Okay, and then bring your head back to the neutral position and let's switch wrists. So grabbing the right wrist behind the back, dropping the head down to the left. And really letting the head drop as far as you can down to your left shoulder. And let's turn the head back as we look up. All right, and then tilt the head forward. Nice, nice. All right, let's bring the head back to neutral. You can release that wrist. All right, let's get our shoulders. So left arm is across the top of the shoulder. Just grab and go for the T-lock with the right arm, right hand. All right, let's switch arms. So that right arm is across the top of your chest. Pulling that shoulder, getting ready for those down dogs. Then we'll get our triceps next. So let's release. Let's get the left arm behind the head. Let's pull the left wrist. If you want, you can lean over to the right. Get a bonus side stretch. And then straighten up if you want for the stretch and switch arms. So grab the right elbow behind your head, leaning to the other side. Let's even ourselves out. All right, and let's release. Then we'll get our standing side stretch. So let's bring the feet and the legs together, standing up nice and tall. We're going to bring the arms up. Give me a nice little reach here with those fingertips. I'm going to start on my right. So that right arm drops down to my right side, right leg. I kick up my left hip as I reach overhead with the left arm and letting the stretch start from my hip working its way up through my side, my fingertips. And continue to reach, give me an active stretch. Don't just leave the arm there. I'm going to bring my right arm back up to the top as I drop my left arm down. Okay, same thing, give me an active stretch. So that right hand, the right fingertips are continuously reaching. Okay. And then let's bring the left arm back up as we straighten up our bodies. And then bring the hands back down to heart center. And we'll get a split leg hamstring stretch. Let's get our lower body one more time before we do our moving option. So the left leg is out in front, heels are in line. And bring the arms back up once again. And then keeping that front leg straight, let's swan dive over that right leg. And remember, let's drive the left hip towards that right ankle. Okay, and no matter where your hands are, whether they're on the floor or maybe your shin, use your arms to control the distance that you go down, controlling the intensity. The exit, let's bend the front knee and bring the torso up. And we'll get our left, the left side. So left leg's out in front, left toes are facing forward. Okay, let's bring the arms back up at the top. And let's swan dive over that straight left leg. Okay, I'm a little more flexible on this side. That's usually normal for my hamstrings. And as I'm exhaling, I'm controlling that distance, getting a little bit deeper in the stretch, driving my right hip towards this front ankle. Okay, give me one last stretch. Bend the front knee. Let's come on up. And then we'll start our moving options. So come toward the front of your mat. Feet and legs are together. And then once again, the arms are up. And then we're going to do a swan dive down, reach for the floor, reach for the toes as best you can. And then come up to flat back, resting the palms on your knees or your shins. And then as you exhale here, come down to the mat. Let's plant both palms and step or jump back to plank. And then let's come down to chaturanga. The transition to upward dog. Getting the head and neck away from the shoulders. Getting the knees up off the mat if you can. And come back to plank. Give me a push up if that's an option for you. And coming to our first downward dog of the day. Woo. And then let's get our right calf. So let's bend the left knee, drive the right heel down. And let's switch sides. Let's get our left calf. Let's do 3 times each side today. Okay, and switch back to the right. Okay, actively pushing the floor away, getting as much out of this stretch as you can. Returning to the left side, bending the right knee. Okay, back to the right one last time here. And then let's round it out. Let's bend the right knee. And the calves are feeling nice and happy. Let's straighten both legs. And from here, we're going to go in our crescent pose. So bring both feet together behind you. And let's float the left heel up into the air. And swing it on through and plant that left leg in front of you. And bring the arms and torso up. That back leg is straight and strong. Feel that right hip stretch, driving the back heel down towards the mat. Okay. That front knee should be tracking over the front ankle. And let's drop our hands down to heart center as we come to prayer twist on the left. Okay, we're stacking our hands together. The right elbow is pressing against the left knee. And continue to breathe. Okay, it's a balanced posture. Stabilizer muscles are working. We're feeling good. All right, and then let's exit. Let's bring the arms and torso back up. Give me a little reach towards the ceiling here. And as the arms and torso come down, exhale, plant both palms. Bring that left leg back to plank, and let's chaturanga down to our upward dog. Ooh. Come back to plank. Give me a push up if you'd like. Let's return to downward dog, and let's get the other side. So feet and legs together. We're going to pop that right foot up into the air. And let's swing it on through. Plant it in front of us as we come to crescent pose on the right. And remember driving that back heel down towards the mat. Feeling the left hip. Nice little stretch, nice little pinch. And the hands come to heart center as we come into prayer twist on the right. Okay, we're pressing our palms together. Just continue to breathe. And we're going to exit in 3, 2, 1. Let's exit, reaching the arms up. And as you exhale, bring the arms and torso down. Let's plant both palms. Come back to plank. Give me a chaturanga down. Upward dog. All right. From here, you can drop your body down. Okay, keeping the hand palms planted on the mat. Come into cobra. Okay, the difference between upward dog and cobra is the lower body is on the mat. Give it an extra little push here. Okay, and then bring your butt back to your heels. We're going to get our hip flexors specifically. So bring your left leg out in front of you. Okay, I want 90 degrees at your knees. All right, and then just rotate your hips forward. You should feel the pinch in the right hip. If that feels good for you, stay there. Otherwise, let's add the right arm up top. And if that feels good, you stay there and go for stage 3 for some of us. Reach over your head towards the left with the right arm. Okay. And you drop the right arm down. And let's switch sides. So left leg is back. Right foot's planted in front of you. You're rotating the hips, feeling that pinch in the left. Okay, add the arm if you'd like. Okay, my hips are feeling a little tight. That's why I added this section here. And then we'll return to our warrior sequence. Ooh. All right. You can drop the left arm down. We're going to come back into a plank position. Okay, that we're about to do a push-up. And from here, let's come back into downward dog. Okay, return to the downward dog. We're going to do our warrior sequence. So bring the feet together. We're going to start with the left. So float the left foot up into the air, left leg up in the air. And let's swing it on through and plant it in front of us. And as your arms come up, that back heel comes down for warrior 1. Okay, we're gonna hang out here for just a brief moment. And then as you exhale, bring the arms front and back for warrior two. All right, let's dip back into reverse warrior. That right palm is resting on the back leg. And then back to warrior two. Okay, we're gonna do the pretzel variation today. So with that left hand, reach as far forward as you can. And then drop the left hand down the mat. Right arm reaches up. Okay, we all know what's coming. Let's take a deep breath in. As you exhale, let's drop the right hand behind the back. Left arm reaches underneath the left leg. And then just open up the right shoulder, look up as high as you can. Nice. And we're going to exit in 3, 2, 1. Release the hand. Left palm is on the floor. Right arm is reaching up. Now let's pop back up in warrior two. Let's reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. I know that left leg's on fire. Stay with me. And let's rotate that right arm forward and up for warrior one. And as you bring the arms and torso down, that back heel comes up. Let's plant the palms. That left leg comes back. And we're going to chaturanga down to our upward dog. Then back to plank. Give me a push up here if you'd like. Returning downward dog. And let's get the right side. So feet and legs together. We're going to float the right heel up. Okay. And let's swing it forward and plant it in front of us and come into warrior one. And then arms front and back for warrior two. Let's dip back into reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Okay, same thing. Let's reach forward with the right hand, right arm, dropping it down. We can reach no further. Under triangle pose. That left arm is reaching up towards the ceiling. Your legs are feeling it. Now let's drop the left arm behind the lower back. Right arm reaches underneath the right leg. And as always, as we hold any posture, we're breathing. Focusing where the stretch feels strongest. Just breathe into that portion of your body. And let's release our hands. The right arm comes back to the ground. The left arm is reaching up. Now let's hop back up into warrior two. Nice. And dipping back into reverse warrior. And back to warrior two. And swing that left arm forward and up for warrior one. Now let's bring everything back down. That back heel comes up. Let's plant the palms. Back to plank. Let's chaturanga down into our upward dog. Back to plank. Give me a push up here if you'd like. Into downward dog. Okay, and as usual, we're going to come to our chair pose. So mentally prep for that. So let's step our feet towards our hands, bring the feet and legs together. As we drop our bottoms down, the arms come up. Okay, give me a straight line from your bottom through your hips, all the way up to your fingertips. Okay, focusing, focusing, focusing. All right, and then we're going to slowly straighten up our bodies. Let's get off the heels. Reaching up for the ceiling. Feeling the stretch. really just everywhere here.
Dipping bowl to start because it cools faster because of the moisture in the area.
Let's drop the heels down. Okay. Bring the hands to namaste. Let's do twisting chair pose on the right.
Here. And then you just drop some of that here. And then if you have it, you get cotton ball and kind of put that in kind of over the top. Just to keep it open, like
Okay. That's about good. Let's come back to center and slowly straighten up your body. Once again, getting on the toes.
Microwave it, so get the mix. And then after you put that in, put like the warm rice sock on top of your ear. And then always do both ears. And so after you do that,
All right.
you're kind of
And slowly bring the heels back down. Bring the hands back to heart center. Let's do twisting chair pose on the left.
put the rice sock.
Okay, hands are stacked. Left elbow is pointed towards the ceiling. And then we're going to come back to center. Last time here, reaching up the arms, getting off the heels, working our calves. Whew.
Yeah, definitely also prefer that. I was definitely also taking ibuprofen. Yes.
All right. And then we're going to lower ourselves down, bringing the hands to namaste. We're about halfway, so we're going to take a quick water break. Okay, bathroom break if you need it, do your thing. All right, that's about 45 seconds, maybe a minute. We'll give Arisa a second to return. Look at that. All right, let's do tree pose. So let's get 98% of our weight on our left leg, left foot. Let's bring the right heel in, whether that's above or below the knee, wherever's comfortable for you. Okay, let's add the arms up top. Ooh. Okay, really reaching with the fingertips. We're going to exit in 3, 2, 1. Bring the right leg out. You can shake out that left ankle if you need to. Or we put 98% of our weight on our right foot and our right leg. Let's bring the left foot in. Okay. Let's see if I can do this side this week. Once again, adding the arms. Ooh. It's definitely getting better for me, but it's definitely far from perfect. Ooh. All right, let's exit in 3, 2, 1. Left leg's out. Shake out that right ankle. All right, let's have a seat. Oh, as we prep for table, and room for with table soles are planted in front of us, palms are behind us. We're gonna prop ourselves up. Okay, pushing our pelvis up towards the ceiling, dropping the head back. Okay, you want your knees over your ankles, shoulders over the wrists. I've been saying it all morning, but give me an active stretch here. So continuously push your hips up as far as is comfortable. And then we're going to slowly exit in 3, 2, 1. Bring your bottoms back down to the mat, keeping your legs where they are. Let's lie down on our backs as we prep for bridge. Okay, and in bridge, we're going to roll onto our shoulders. Okay, you can keep your palms to the mat if you want, or clasp your hands underneath you. But just push the floor away with both feet, activating the glutes and the hamstrings. Push, 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 push. Breathe. Okay, and exit, we're going to do one vertebra at a time. Control it down. Touching your mat. Boom, 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 boom. Take your time. Don't crash. Watch out for your back. All right. And then we're going to get our glute stretch next. So keeping the left foot planted, let's bring the right heel onto the left quad. Make that figure 4 with your legs. We're going to grab the left leg, whether that's your shin or your hamstring. I learned recently that you can actually extend out your lower leg if you want to go for an extra hamstring stretch all at once. Okay, that's an option for you. Really push that, if you're going for that option, push the heel up towards the ceiling. Turn to the basic one. All right, give me one last push or one last pull with the on the right side, or rather on the left side for the right glute. And let's release, and let's get the other side. So figure 4 with the left leg. I'm going to grab my right shin. I don't think we did 3 breaths on the other side, but let's do 3 breaths on this side. So let's breathe in through the nose and out to the mouth. Okay, number 2, let's breathe in and release. All right, last one here. Let's breathe into the nose and out to the mouth. Very good. And let's release that right leg. We're gonna stay on our backs for happy baby. So both legs are up in the air. And we're grabbing the outside parts of our feet, pulling our knees up into our underarms. It kind of feels like the reverse of Malasana, but instead of gravity doing the work, we're doing the work with our arms, feeling the inner thighs. Let's rock side to side if you'd like. Okay, pay attention to how your spine feels against your mat. And give it as a back massage. All right, you can release the legs. We're going to sit up. We're going to continue the spine stretch. Okay, let's extend out the left leg and plant the right foot on the left side of the left leg. And let's turn clockwise. Okay, wrapping the left arm around the right knee. Okay, with the right hand that's on the floor, give yourself a little push if you want to get a little bit more out of the stretch. Ooh, I feel this way. One in my lat too. Anyhow, we're wringing out our spines. And then on your next big exhale, let's come back to neutral. Let's switch legs. So right leg is out in front, left foot's planted, and I'm wrapping my right arm around my left knee. And as always, with each out breath, get a little bit deeper into the stretch. Maybe pulling yourself towards the left with the right arm, pushing that hand into the floor a little bit more. All right, and then let's unwind, and then we'll do one more for our backs. We're gonna do cat-cow. So let's roll up your mat. Okay, where your knees are gonna go. So we're on all fours, about shoulder width apart. You can untuck the toes if you'd like. Let's do 5 breath cycles. So let's breathe in through the nose as you bring your head and bottom up. And then exhale, round out your spine. Inhale, head up. And let's go exhale, head down. And let's go inhale, head up. Exhale, head down. That's 3. Inhale, head up. Okay, my spine's starting to feel a little bit looser. Feels good. Exhale, head down. Really push into the floor. Pretend like you're trying to push your spine up towards the ceiling. Okay, inhale, head up. And then last one here. Heads down, back is rounded. And then let's come into neutral spine. All right. I'm gonna hop off my mat and unravel it. Let's do what's it called? Let's do pigeon next. So we return to a push-up position. I'm gonna bring my right foot forward and plant it just behind my left wrist. I'm gonna drop both knees down, untuck the back foot, back toes, and using my palm, just gonna wiggle in, get into position. I don't think I can really describe where this one is. It's just everywhere in the right hip and the right leg. As I lower myself down. Grab my phone because I forgot my watch. We're gonna go for about 45-ish seconds. And just like all the other stretches, as you breathe out, see if you can relax. Get as much out of the stretch as you can. All right, it's feeling happy. Let's plant both palms on the mat, push ourselves up, and let's reach back behind us, pulling the left heel in towards our bottom, getting the left quad. Ooh. Give me one last pull, and then release the left leg down. I'm gonna plant both palms. Return the right leg back to plank, and then we're gonna bring the left foot forward, dropping both knees down. Same thing, untuck the back foot. Using the arms to control the stretch and the intensity. Ooh. Ooh. Hello. Hips this week. Yeah. All right. Let's plant both palms on the mat. That right leg, or I'm sorry, that right arm reaches for the right leg. Pulling, stretching the right quad. Then as you exhale, let's release the right foot, right leg back down. Let's get off that left leg. Okay, since we got the top of our leg, let's get the bottom once again. We're going to do a hamstring stretch. I'm going to start with my left side, but feel free to choose whatever side works best for you. Remember to flex the foot so your toes are facing the ceiling, sitting up nice and tall. Let's add the arms up top, and then exhale over that straight left leg. I personally like to use my block just to prevent myself from cheating with my foot. I don't point my toes. Exhaling just like all the other hold postures, letting the stretch take over. Good, keeping the back knee or back of the knee on the mat. Give yourself one last pull here, reaching, and then releasing that left hamstring. It's nice and loose. Now we're gonna swap legs. Okay, that right leg's now out in front, bringing the left heel towards your soft tissue. Arms are up top, right foot is flexed. And then we're going to exhale over the straight right leg. And I'm doing the bonus side stretch version where I'm taking my left hand, and instead of on the inside part of my foot, I'm grabbing the outside part of my foot. Small change, huge difference in how it feels for my side stretch. Again, totally optional, but figured if we're here, we might as well. Okay, give yourself one last pull. And then let's come back up. We're gonna do, since we did both legs individually, let's round it out and both legs together. You want your ankles, shins, knees, quads touching. Again, toes are facing the ceiling, arms are up top. Give me an exhale as we reach for the toes. Coming down as far as you can, or as far as it's comfortable. Okay, hopefully for those of you that are regulars, kind of paying attention to how far each week you can go. Making sure there's a little bit of progress, even if it's millimeters, centimeters be great, but let's take what we can get. All right, give me one last reach. And then we'll return back up. Ooh. All right. Which one are we missing? Let's do, I think we're getting close to the end, so let's do our closing sequence. I usually do this by time, but since I have my watch, that's okay. Let's do our child's pose. So let's take a moment to sit in our heels. Our knees are about as wide as our mat. And as we take a deep breath in, and then breathe out, let's reach our arms forward. Dropping the head down the mat. Okay, relax your whole body. All right, we're gonna do a side stretch. So let's take that right hand and reach out towards the right and stack our left hand over our right. Once again, it's a small movement, yet looking such a big stretch. All right, let's bring our arms back to center. And let's get the other side. So left arm reaches out to the left, stacking our right hand over our left. Kind of feel this in my inner thighs too, while I'm getting all the stretching up top. All right, let's come back to center. And then come forward and out of child's pose and rotate onto your back. And we're gonna do corpse pose or shavasana. Okay, this one I always find difficult because I have to lie still. We're gonna go for 90 seconds or roughly 90 seconds. You can close your eyes here. Arms are at your sides. Let your whole body relax. Do a body check. And I'll let you know when to come back. Okay, that was about 90 seconds. Let's keep your eyes closed. We're gonna reach our arms overhead, pointing the feet, pointing the toes on the bottom. Give me a nice morning stretch. Okay, go side to side. Oof. Shaking it out. Oof. All right, and then roll onto one side. Rest your face on your hands. I'm gonna take a couple deep breaths here at your own pace. All right. And using whichever arm is on top, let's plant the palm on the floor. Let's push ourselves back up as we return to lotus position. All right, let's sit up nice and tall. Legs are crossed. You can close your eyes here. We're gonna do our 3 breaths. I want you to breathe out with some sound like you're fogging up a mirror. Or if you want to om with me, that's cool too. But let's breathe in through the nose and breathe out with some sound. Oh. All right, number 2, let's breathe in. Let's breathe out with some sound. Oh. All right, last one. Let's straighten up our spines. Let's take a deep breath in and breathe out with some sound. Oh. Let's bring our hands to heart center. You can repeat after me if you'd like. May you have clear and kind intentions. Let's bring our hands to our foreheads. May you have clear and kind thoughts. And then putting our hands on our lips. May you have clear and kind communications. And then back to our hearts. And as always, the light in me celebrates and honors the light in you. Namaste, my friend. All right. Let's have a good week.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Love the consistency, Arisa.
Thank you, Joseph. Well,